welcome back to Pickleball for All. We got an exciting episode today. You know, when we say Pickleball for All, we mean it at the Pickleball Factory. And today's conversation is exactly what that looks like in real life. We have built an incredible partnership with Buddy Up, an organization that's changing lives through sports, connection, and opportunity. And joining us today is Beth Gibson, the founder of Buddy Up, Maria Marzuko, Southeast Missouri Programs Coordinator at the Gateway Down Syndrome Association, and Jennifer Wilcoxon, Health and Wellness Director. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Jeff.
Oh,
I feel really professional because we've never had guests on our show like this. So this is really cool to do. So Beth, kind of give us a rundown of Buddy Up and what inspired you to create that, and what gap you were filling that you thought was needed.
sure. So Buddy Up for Life was created in 2008. I have a son, Will, who has Down syndrome, and he wanted to learn how to play tennis. So at the time, tennis programming, adaptive tennis programming, served the purpose of providing programming for individuals who were in a wheelchair or for those that could not afford to play tennis. So we've ended up creating an adaptive tennis and fitness program for individuals with Down syndrome. And we serve as kind of a third party to help the Down syndrome associations provide a turnkey program to their members. Fast forward to today, we have 25 tennis and fitness chapters across the country. And we have, that's nationwide, from Texas to Missouri to Ohio, Florida, and as far north as Maine and Vermont. So throughout our journey, we're really trying to fill the void of providing programming for individuals with Down syndrome. And we've created a national footprint in our fitness programs. We've created a summer camp program. We also have a connections, a friendship program. And here in Columbus, Ohio, at our national headquarters, we've created a variety of life skill programs as well. So we have anything from cooking technology, personal safety, communication, finance, and but our fastest growing program, and one that we're here to talk about today, is our pickleball program. So that is something that we just opened up our 14th pickleball program. And as I shared, it is our fastest growing program, and we're really trying to fill that void to provide programming for individuals with Down syndrome. And one of the coolest things that we can do in all of our programs is we provide an opportunity for our athletes or those individuals with Down syndrome to partner with our volunteers that we call buddies. So it's creating a really cool, inclusive environment where our athletes and buddies are getting out there and playing pickleball.
Awesome. And I love the name. Where'd you come up with the name from?
Well, it goes back to, there's a couple things. There's the point of the buddy, just having that friend, having that peer, having that motivator, having someone to encourage you, having someone who's empowered to help you get to that next level. So we wanted a buddy. And the word up is, we have a lot of energy. We're upbeat. We are, it was the opposite of Down syndrome. We are getting out there and we are buddying up and getting better and just having a great time.
Amazing. Well, so I've got a Down syndrome cousin, Maddie. She's 34. She just turned 34. And
Yes.
She's an athlete here locally, and she looks forward to it every week. It's been a complete change for her where she didn't want to do anything physically. Maria, you can attest this.
I would be so happy to attest to Maddie's progress. Yeah, so Maddie came to pickleball first week, and a little background on Maddie's personality, perhaps. Her feet hurt and her back hurts, and she needed a water break, and she was really just I wouldn't say she was nervous. She just wasn't prepared for maybe the physical aspect of it at first. But since then, she began as a Mighty Star and has upgraded to a Shining Star in the Buddy Up program, and she doesn't take breaks and sits down. She works her tail off because she wants that buddy buck at the end.
Right.
So
the thing that our family is most impressed with is that she doesn't cuss like we thought she would. Because we were a little concerned with that, of saying, oh my gosh, her potty mouth is going to get the best for this. And
I haven't heard her cuss once.
Right.
Jeff.
Now, we don't know what she's saying under her breath, because it's very possible. But whatever happens under her breath, that's fine. But from a personal perspective, speaking on behalf of our family, this program has been incredible. And so it's just been a blessing for a lot of families, I think we could say. Maria, like, we've done how many sessions of these? 2 or 3?
This is our third.
Third.
It's our second spring session. We started spring of 25. Yeah.
So what do you think? So what can you look at as the growth of each of these athletes?
Yeah.
Physically, emotionally, just being around other friends, everything.
Yeah, great question. So, it's been a little bit over a year and a half. I got to give some kudos and thanks to everybody at Buddy Up. Beth, we appreciate everything you guys do, starting us in St. Louis with Buddy Up. We utilize you guys up there. So bringing it down here, it was good for us because we're short-staffed in Southeast Missouri. So having the curriculum already ready, we came down, we had it ready, and athletes responded well to it. And it's only gotten better and better responsive as we've continued on. And all of our athletes started at the lowest. I don't know if we need to describe what the STAR program is. Beth, you might have to help me out with that one.
Sure. So we identify all of our athletes as stars. And really the point of our program is to provide a pathway for our athletes to progress. So there's a clear pathway of starting at a level and continuing to grow. And there's, in our pickleball program, there's about 6 different levels for our athletes to grow and evolve through, where they are eventually, playing independently along the way. But that's something that we pride ourselves on, is having that curriculum with a pathway where there is different star levels where they can achieve, different, they're gaining strength in their direction and skill levels and different things. So, it's exciting for them to be a part of a group. It's a great way for us to stay organized. And but providing that clear pathway for an athlete to grow and evolve through.
Yeah. So whenever we started last spring, everybody started the lowest star level. Am I saying that right? The Mighty Stars is first, then it's Shining Stars.
You're on it. You are on
it. Perfect. So everybody began as a Mighty Star, and we might have even had, I don't know, it was kind of crowded. We had 6 or 7 athletes on one court because they weren't really doing anything with the net yet. They were practicing the hand-eye coordination, getting the ball from a buddy to an athlete, and working with a paddle, like working up to working with a paddle. And so thinking back to where we began at that's how we started. We have 3 different star levels now, and we do 3 different courts. We still have our Shining Stars, working on that gross motor, but then we have athletes hitting balls back and forth over the net, they're understanding the goal of a serve.
Right.
They're they're sweating their tails off, and they're liking it because they understand it's part of the game. And this last session we had, we just finished Buddy Up Spring 2026, and the last session we had everybody playing games. So that's huge.
It's been interesting for me because I'm not there every session.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'll come to maybe one time each time you do it. Yeah. And the improvement I've seen them make is astronomical.
Yeah.
Like it's really fun to see. It's amazing too because they're doing it in those 8-week snapshots.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's definitely helping.
Yeah. And they're excited.
Right.
To get them to exercise could be a pain.
Sure. So Jennifer, maybe you could touch on that a little bit. The physical benefits that these athletes are gaining through pickleball. What are you seeing, and why is it so important for their mental and emotional state?
Yeah, it's super important. The 60 minutes of clinic that they're there once a week, we work on them, the ball tracking and the core exercises and just movement. For them to be out there, as we've mentioned, it's very fun. It's high energy. There's high fives. They're cheering each other on. The social connection with their buddies and each other, and the coaches are there. Here in Columbus, we have 6 courts, and it's just such a fun, fast-paced, happy hour.
It flies by.
Sweating and cheering and just smiles all around. A couple weeks ago, I asked one of our athletes on the highest court how she was doing that day. And she said, "I'm happy because I'm here at Pickleball and I'm so excited to play." So it's just wonderful, and they're supporting each other, and the buddies are supportive. And again, just the enthusiasm and excitement. It's just so much fun to watch, and then to hear the stories from the families about the impact that it's having, and then our athletes are playing with friends and family outside of the clinics, and that's what we hope will happen.
So how your first pickleball program, how advanced are those athletes? Have you really seen that, the time playing, what is, are they playing in the Special Olympics? We're hosting the Special Olympics at our facility this summer. And so have you seen any of that, of your players really advancing where they can really play competitively?
So I play, Will and I will play, my son Will, he and I will play in a pickleball ladder. Last summer we played in a league, and then we host a pickleball tournament that he and I will be partners with. So, the athletes that are on those top courts and playing games and things, they definitely, can do some unified doubles, games, which is really fun.
That's cool. That's really cool.
And that's the hope. We're out there to have fun, but we're also out there, to have something that they can do with their friends and families, and they, and you can grow. And, what we've tried to do within the organization is to put a system in place where you're in it forever, because as you've seen, with your niece, she's so excited to come, and part of it's the shirt, and that's their team. So that's their team. They're coming to pickleball, and everyone has the same shirt, and that's their team, and that's their teammates. And even within, having fun, we do teach them about being a good, having sportsmanship, and we teach them all about the character traits and how to be a good teammate. And we talk about, being respectful to one another and listening. And so we are trying to really come at this from a holistic view. And it's just really exciting to see our athletes grow throughout, not only physically, but socially and emotionally as well.
Well, maybe that's why Maddie's not cussing so much, because they've had the conversations of, hey, this is how you be a good teammate. So yeah, that's awesome. So I don't know who has more fun. When I go to them, I don't know who has more fun, the athlete or the buddies.
Right. Or the coaches.
Right. Or the
Coaches are right up there with it
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
I mean, it's a party for an hour. It's fast and furious, and we got the music cranked, and it's just so much fun to watch. But maybe describe what the training is like.
The curriculum. It's specifically designed to Down syndrome, in my understanding, which is so impressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we've developed our curricula. Our pickleball is based a lot off of our tennis curriculum and adapted to the pickleball court. But our tennis program's pretty vetted. I work closely with the United States Tennis Association and help them with some adaptive training, and it's our longest going program. So we really took those successful ways to work with our individuals with Down syndrome and really focusing on, creating an environment which helps them to succeed. And a lot of it is that high energy, and a lot of it is adding the visuals, and a lot of it is breaking down directions into short, concise directions, and just making it fun, but raising the bar and having expectations. And we have a vetted curriculum, and then we take time to train our volunteers. And we train our volunteers before we start our session and talk to them, about the organization, about our mission in terms of expectations, and really understanding that if you create an environment for an individual with Down syndrome, they can succeed. But it's up to us to create that environment. And so we do spend time teaching them, how to work with our athletes so that the athletes are successful, and to, provide them with a toolkit so that they are seeing the best versions of themselves. They are getting the best version of our athletes. And, we teach them some tricks on the pickleball court and really try to prepare them to work with our athletes.
Amazing. So the future of Buddy Up Pickleball, do you see it in every state in the country? Is that your goal? I mean, that's what I would want.
That's a lot. Well, our goal at the moment is I really think our pickleball will grow to tennis, or how many tennis chapters we have. So, it's up to Jennifer how many, locations she wants to manage here, but we're at 14, and it's a lot of work. So, but I do see it doubling in the next couple of years. But, really the goal is, I'm not caught up in, I want to be in 50 states. We need to be in an environment. We talk about this, and we have this conversation is, it's kind of a three-way marriage. We kind of say you have to have a partnership with the pickleball facility. They have to be willing to work with us. The coaches, I'm never going to tell a coach how to teach pickleball, but I am going to share with a coach, here's our curricula. Will you work with us on executing our curriculum so that we can best serve and develop our athletes? And then having that partnership with the Down Syndrome Association is critical as well, because that's really the members that we're serving. So we have to have a strong collaboration, and we're willing to go anywhere where we can have that strong collaboration. And it is our goal to impact as many people as possible. And we've found that providing a pickleball program is a great way to do that, because everything you're learning on the court, they can take off the court as well.
For sure. Well, it's been a great partnership for us. I know all of the volunteers and the buddies look forward to it every week, and they're always sad to see it over at the end of that 8 weeks. And we flipped it. I didn't even ask you this. How did it go with flipping where we had the athletes give? So our mascot at the Pickleball Factory is Pedro the Parakeet. So we had the athletes give Pedro bucks to our coaches and volunteers and buddies. And
awesome.
So how'd that go?
It was really awesome. I think it's everybody's every athlete's dream to get a buddy buck. So I don't know if they knew it was their dream to get a Pedro buck, but it was super sweet because all the athletes grabbed the bucks and got to run it to them. So I just thought it was a full circle moment, and I think they loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was hoping it was fun like that. I knew it was going to be.
It was very fun.
But we wanted to flip that because, those volunteers, they're all ages. The buddies and volunteers, we've got high school kids, like my son's friends are there, and then all over the ages. And so they all just have a blast.
Yeah. And I think it goes to teach a lot to our buddies too, because they might not know people with Down syndrome and not have that exposure. And so now they have that exposure, get to experience the awesomeness of Down syndrome, and they get to be a support and helping their growth. There's no losses.
Yeah, we're even talking about having, calling it something else, but, buddy meetups or something like that. Because that's what I'm always sad about, that 8 weeks is over and then they forget everything for so many weeks, and just kind of doing a monthly thing where they come into the factory and, our coaches they're always there anyway. And just doing a little something just to keep the thing going. And
some open play.
Yeah, just open play.
So they can still get their pickleball fix. It's not intensive, so everybody can try it. So then everybody's extra eager to get to Buddy Up.
Yeah.
We have what we call here in Columbus is our connections program, and it's built for that very reason, is to keep the connections going between our athletes and buddies.
That's great.
And, you could probably take it from a connection standpoint, because if it's more of a friendship, and of course we don't want, we talk a lot about if you don't use it, you lose it. Yeah. So of course we want to maintain those skills, but we're also looking to maintain the friendships. And so, any way we can help, if you need anything from us, let us know. But I think having it from a connections point of view and doing a monthly connecting, it would be amazing.
Yeah. Well, and I'd like to see more kids come, more and adults also, not just kids. But, that's the one thing I've noticed is they've got a good group right now. It's the same group. I'd love to be able to expand that. And I wonder if, maybe they feel like they're behind because they haven't been yet, or if something like this would kind of introduce it to people that haven't been, so then they don't feel so awkward showing up to the true Buddy Up when we do another 8-week program.
Right. And we're always looking to grow. And again, that's why we have, kind of that level system, so that when someone new does enter into the program, they are starting, at that beginning level. And at the same time, we can address the ones that have advanced and are a little bit more experienced, and then we're elevating both of them. So we always welcome new faces and friends.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, does anybody else have anything else to add to the podcast? Anything we forgot or didn't cover?
No, we're just so excited to be at Cape Girardeau. It's been a great relationship. It's been great for our athletes and for our buddies, and we really appreciate the partnership with both of you, because we all have a commonality that we want to help, but it takes all of us to do it together. So I really appreciate our partnership, and thank you.
And vice versa. I didn't even know this existed until we opened the place, and Maria came to us, and it's just been a great program. Like I said, it's got a very personal touch to me and our family. Our whole family will show up to watch.
Grandma, grandpa, cousins,
everybody shows up.
Yeah.
Because the way that my mom said it, she goes, Maddie for years, because all of us were athletes, and so she's like, Maddie for years has come and watched you all and has literally been your biggest fans.
Yep.
And so that's why we come and cheer her on. And
Yeah.
You know,
And you're not the only family that does
yeah, yeah. It's always lots of families, and
One of our dads is a ball picker upper now, and I just think that is so fun.
yeah, that's so
Yeah,
much fun.
no, and it's great. It's great, but families love to be involved, and we've done family days or have like, unified family tournaments, or there's all sorts of ways to keep everybody engaged and making it fun. So I appreciate everything that you all are doing.
Well, if Maddie and I team up, that might be when she starts cussing again.
Nope,
Well,
there you
we won't
go.
hold it against you. I was just saying, when you have someone with special needs and there's different milestones. You look, one day my son swore, and I looked at that as like, do you know how articulately he said that?
Yeah, right.
Speech therapy is really kicking
That's
in,
right.
and
Yes.
he used it correctly.
Yeah, using the right context.
Yeah, and sometimes your milestones are just a little different.
That's a great point. That's a great point. That's a great point. Well, like when we named this podcast Pickleball for All, Buddy Up is one of the things that we had in mind. Because when we say Pickleball for All, we mean it. It means everybody. It means everybody in every walk of life, whatever they have as that's standing in their way, we want them to be able to play pickleball. And so this has been amazing for us, and we hope to continue it for sure. And I can't thank you all enough for choosing us, and also for being on the program today.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, and let's do this again.
Anytime. You let us know.
Okay. Thank you. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.